Welcome to the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. I'm your host, T. Daniels, wife, mama of two girls, multi-business owner, iced coffee connoisseur, and your official bad bitch mentor. Get ready to transform your boring business into a money-making machine by learning how to just be better at being you. No more playing by the rules. It's time to hone in on your gifts, turn up your energy, and make some serious cash. So grab your coffee, your headphones, or just cover your child's ears and let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. Hello. If you have not yet signed up for my live 90-minute free masterclass, it's coming up on September 16th, and a giveaway, you need to join right now. You need to get on the list. I am hosting, a 90-minute live free masterclass, and then we're also doing a giveaway. And the giveaway is that I'm going to be doing a one-on-one offer audit with you. I'm going to deep dive into your offer and give you a full audit on your offer, as well as going to give you my offer bootcamp course, because we've been talking all about offers recently and the different types of offers to fill your funnel and long-term offers, short-term offers. But how do you choose which offers work for you and your business to hit your dream goals, and also to work the hours that you want to work and make the money that you want to make? And so I'm very excited for this masterclass. I'm also very excited for this giveaway because offers are my jam. Offers are just what I'm good at. It's what I love to talk about all the time. I could just yap away about offers forever. And so inside my live free masterclass, I'm going to be giving you my exact method for six-figure success in 10 hours a week or less while I've been raising babies. But in that class, we're also going to be talking about offers. I'm going to be talking about the offers, the mom-proof business model and strategies that I've used, and how to move the needle every day in my business, and how I build offers and how I launch offers. And I'm going to be deep diving in this masterclass. So you need to get in it. It is completely free. You can sign up right now. The link is below. And as soon as you sign up, you're going to get an email to tell you exactly how you can win the giveaway and start racking up points. So if you've been in my world for a while, I've done this for a long time with giveaways, and you can do different things to rack up points. You can join the free Facebook group. You can post in the Facebook group. You can tag us on social media. You can invite your friends. You could invite like 50 people and you'd have 50 points. And the more people you invite and the more things you do, you can rack up more points. And if you come to the masterclass, the actual live masterclass, you don't just watch the replay, but you attend live, you get even more points. So it's a really fun way to meet new people, network, learn something new, and then also be entered to win the giveaway. So if you have not entered, if you've not signed up for that masterclass, the link is below. Sign up right now. Okay, let's get into today's episode. So today I am going to be giving you guys a replay from an event that I did earlier this year. And from that replay, I wanted to share it because I think there's so much gold that you either need to hear or need to rehear if you attended. And in this episode, I'm talking about who you need to become in order to hit your goals. Who you need to become in order to be the six-figure coach, the multi-six-figure coach, who you need to become, not just these taglines of like coach and mom and wife and business owner, but what is the actual work that you need to do strategically, and what is the work that you need to do internally in order to be ready to hold the amount of money or the goals that you say you want. Because I did this masterclass at the beginning of the year, and then I was put through this lesson for months this year about who I needed to become to get to my next level in business and hit high 6 and 7 figures. And so I just think it's really comical to watch it back and listen and say, wow, I taught on this earlier this year, and then life was like, here you go. Here is your own lesson. Here is your own dose of embodying who you want to be and who you need to be to hit the next level. So I thought that I would share that with you on the podcast today because it is gold, honestly. And it is what I have had to hear and master and relearn at every single level. It's like every single time you declare that you want something new, or you want bigger goals, or more students, or more money, or whatever that thing is, life is like, okay, I'm about to give you all the tests you need to see if you're actually ready to hold that. And sure enough, that is what happened to me this year. And it's honestly been for the best. But at the same time, I know that it's not easy. So I want to give you guys this inside video of this class because it is so good. And I know that you probably need to hear it right now, especially if you felt stuck or you felt burnout or you felt like, God, I just want to get to this next space, or you just have really big, lofty goals. It is something you need to hear. Before I dive into that part of the replay of the episode, I also want to say that the Coach School applications are open. You can apply from now and join through September 26th, and then we will close the doors. And there's only 10 spots open for this round. We already have applications in, which is so exciting. We already have people enrolling, and you have from now till September 26th to apply and enroll to not only get in the program for $7,500 because we are going to up the price to $10K, but also you get so many bonuses when you apply. You get our Coach Academy program included. You get all of my courses, all of my mini courses included, and you're also going to get to join me live while I do the offer series. And I'm only doing that for students who are inside the Coach School, and we're going to be doing an offer series together where we go through all the different types of offers, signature offers, low ticket offers, high ticket offers, short-term, long-term, you name it, and what offers are best for you, so that as soon as you join this program, you're going to go through this offer series, and then we are going to decide your future, your goals, the life that you want to live financially, your time, and we're going to choose the offers that are perfect for your business model and specific to you. So you have to be inside the Coach School to get that series, and you're going to want to be in there. Inside this 12-month group coaching program, I am hand-holding you. I am coaching you 3 to 4 times a week inside the Slack channel. I am coaching you on Zoom 2 to 3 times a week for hours at a time. And I give every single person in this group one-to-one coaching. So not only do you learn from the group and network with the group and have the group support, but you also have coaching with me individually. And you will want to be in that room where we help you build a 6-figure business working 10 hours a week or less. But more importantly, we help you build a life you love, a business you love. We help you decide what works for you. Is it sales calls? Is it DM sales? Is it live launching? Is it your content and your messaging needs a revamp? Is it that you need to realign your business model and your offers? But we won't know because it's going to be based on a personal custom basis. So if you have not already, apply for the program, and let's get into today's episode. Ask all of my students, right? Because a lot of times when we're headed towards new things and new goals, we think, what do I need to do? Like if somebody would just tell me what to do, I would do the thing and then I would be successful. But I want to ask you, who do you need to become? Who do you need to become to make that amount of money? Who do you need to become to run a 6-figure or a multi-6-figure business? It has never failed. Every single time I set out to have new goals, I am shown full circle in my face what the work needs to be done internally, as well as in myself and in my business in order to have that thing. So for example, inside of my Coach School program, my goal is to have 55 students this year. We're at 28 students currently. We just unenrolled somebody. And yesterday, when we were transitioning in the call, I was talking to my students. We have like this portal. We transitioned our portal. I noticed that within that room of all the students that had come in and we had coached, that number one, the calls needed to be longer because we need to make sure we can get through everyone. And then I also noticed too, with transitioning portals, there was like things that were missing and things that didn't get done. And I needed to be better at communicating to the students where things were as soon as they onboard, right? And having a very streamlined path. However, that stuff needs to be cleaned up before I can have 55 students. That's the strategical portion of that. But who would I need to become to have that many people in my room? First and foremost is, how often do I need to show up? Like, what do I need to do in my business to show up? But also, what are the thoughts that I need to have when selling to that amount of people and then showing up for that amount of people? Because if you already have blocks in your mind of like, can I actually get people results? Who would even hire me? Why would somebody want to work with me? What if people don't like my offer? What if people don't like my program? What if people are upset with me? And you don't fix that right now, the more students and clients you get, like we talked about yesterday, that problem is going to be magnified. And it's going to feel worse and worse and worse until you internally work on that problem right there. It's not going to go away just because more people worked with you. It doesn't solve the problem of like, oh, now people like me, right? Because are we in business to change people's lives and show up at the best ability that we can and give them what they need? Or are we in the industry of just being liked? Because if you just want people to like you, you should be an influencer. But also, even as an influencer, do you know how many people hate them? Openly hate them. And like tell them, like, I don't like you. I don't like the way you spend money. I don't like the way you show up. I don't like your hair. I don't like your outfit. I don't like your voice. They're ridiculed all the time. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with not being liked. Because what we talked about yesterday, like stepping into your purpose, stepping into your breadwinner energy. Today, we're going to talk about your it factor and your niche and how you show up online. But guess what? In order to know, to connect with people and to be liked by people and for people to be like, she's my person that I want to hire, you have to be okay with not being liked. You have to be okay with people not liking you and not liking your decisions. And we see a lot of this as business owners with our own family and friends, right? Our own families want to make comments to us about what we do in our business. You shouldn't do that. Why are you doing that? Right? Who cares? But if that's your focus and you're always focused on what if people don't like this? What if people don't like me? What if people don't like my voice? What if people don't like my face? I'm not as good as her. I have the same offer as her, but why would hire me? You're in a very low vibe energy. You're wasting time and energy in your brain on things that don't matter and don't make you money. And you're not actually being in service to clients. You're being selfish. You're only worried about you. But what if you were only worried about the people who needed what you had to offer? Right? What if every single day when you show up, you're showing up for that person who you once were, like I showed you yesterday on the graph. When you were in that place, and you're probably still in this place in another way, you desperately just wanted someone to be there for you, to understand, to know what it's like, to hold your hand, to give you the information, to just help you. I remember that feeling. I was in my condo. I was a single mom and I was working 40 to 60 hour weeks. I was making 3 to 5K months inconsistently. And I was like, if someone just cared enough to like hold my hand through this process and like walk me through this journey and just tell me and help me, I know I would be successful, but it's like no one cares. I deeply remember thinking that so many times over and over and over again. And what if you showed up every day for that person who just wished somebody cared, somebody saw them, somebody understood, right? And that was the only thing that mattered. Because I can tell you when I was in that place and I wanted someone to care for me, and I finally found like my coach that cared, I didn't care what she looked like. I didn't care what clothes she wore. I didn't care if she had makeup on. I didn't care what she did with her hair. I didn't care if she had kids or if her kids came to calls. I didn't care. I was like, she can help me. And she was willing to help me. And she was willing to sit in calls and come to calls and show up in calls over and over and over again. And that was what I cared about. And if people online are upset or bothered by how you look or what you wear, or why would you even want to work with them to begin with? But bigger than that, if you're not willing to show up and share your polarizing opinions with people, if you're not willing to show up and stand firm in your values and what you believe and what you do and what you teach and what you know, regardless if other people don't agree, you will connect with nobody. You'll just be in the middle, the independent party, right? Yes, sure. Some people won't agree. Who cares? The people who like you will love you, and the people who don't matter. They literally don't matter at all. They do not matter. Okay. Now let's kind of use this and shift into our offer. So let's talk about coaching offers. So what I teach is group coaching programs, and I teach them to be open enrollment. The reason I do this is because if you're not filling programs, so like let's use the 12-week program as an example. If you're running a 12-week program, that means you can only probably run it 4 times a year, and that's taking no time off, that's taking no breaks, that's taking nothing. And you're always launching because you have open close cart deadlines. And if you don't fill that round, you've now cut off your income and you've capped your income. And if nobody joins, You just have to keep launching. So I teach evergreen, meaning you're always open and you're always enrolling. And I do this until you're at a certain point where you have enough people in your audience that you can open and close carts. Okay. Then let's also talk about course and membership. Courses and memberships are good information. They're not a transformation. They are not a transformation. And if you do not have hundreds of thousands of people in your audience that are warm to hot, ready to buy from you, you are going to do a lot of work for a little bit of income. So let's all go back to yesterday and the money goals that you guys had. And I'm going to use $6,000 a month as reference because a lot of you said you were somewhere in that ballpark of needing that to be monthly. So most memberships are anywhere from like $17 to $97 a month. And if you're just starting a membership, I'm going to go with $27. I'm going to go like somewhere in the middle. That means you would need 222 people to sign up for your membership in order to make $6,000 a month. Most of you are not signing 222 clients. Most of you are not, right? And if you were, I doubt you would be sitting in this room with me right now. You're like, I already know how to get clients. I don't need to come to this challenge. That's a lot of work for a little return. And then with the membership, they can leave at any point. So your income is just going to be doing all this all the time, right? With a course, also low ticket, typically under $1,000. And yes, you can enroll a bunch of people in it, but you need to have a lot of people in your audience and you need to be selling all the time. So if you have heard from people, you can make a passive income from courses. This is false. It is semi-passive, and it's only semi-passive if you run ads. Most of you are not running ads and you probably shouldn't be. I'm at the multi-six-figure level. I don't run ads, right? So this is why I don't teach these two methods until you're at a certain level in your business. You've made a certain amount of money that your team or you have ad spend to put towards lower ticket items, and you've built the community and you have the leads to back it up. Okay. One-to-one coaching. I've done one-to-one coaching. I still do, and I still offer it for limited amounts of people. However, we just talked about this yesterday in coach school. Dawn's on this call. She's one of our students. And it wasn't Dawn. It was Jen. Jen's not here, but we talked about the difference between group and one-to-one. Number one, they're not the same person. The person that wants one-to-one coaching and the person that wants group coaching, typically not the same person. So if you're like, oh, I have to fill one-to-one first in order to fill a group, not true. Coach school has had over 80 clients in that program, and I've never signed 80 one-to-one clients ever in 7.5 years. I've never worked with 80 one-to-one clients, but I've had 80 one-to-one clients in one group coaching program. Okay. Also, my group coaching students get better, faster results because they're in the room with other women. If I don't know, someone in the room knows. And if I don't know someone, someone else knows something, right? So then they're feeding off each other, just like in Slack, right? You guys are commenting back and forth. So group coaching not only allows for that for the students, but also for you to hit your income goals faster while working less. Most of us get into business for freedom. We want more time. We don't want to be back in a 9-to-5. So let's say again, your goal is $6,000 a month, and you offer coaching for, let's go like $100 an hour, and you do 4 calls. So that's $400 a month. That means you need 15 one-to-one clients every month. And you need to meet with them every week. So every week you're meeting with 15 clients to hit $6,000, and you have capped your time and you've capped your income. You're out of time and you can't make more money unless you go out and make more offers and then you try to sell more things. I also want to tell you, having a lower ticket item does not sell better than a high ticket item. You just don't know how to sell. And if you knew how to sell, you could sell regardless of the price. I have sold more seats in coach school at $6,000 to $10,000 than I've ever sold in my course for $295. Made more money on a $10,000 offer than a $295 offer. All of you is you either need to create your group coaching program because the offer that you currently have does not align at all with your goals, or you need to up the pricing of your program that you've already built and sell it better. Am I correct? Are we number one or are we number two? You needed a better offer? Oh my God. You need a better offer or you need to charge more. To know, I get stuck. She knows she needs to raise her price, but she gets stuck on, do I have those people on my list? You won't know until you go out to sell to them, number one. And 99% of the time, the price of your offer is not the actual problem. It's the value and the transformation, which is what we're going to talk about today. I have students currently in this room. Raquel, Dawn, Karina, Kristen, Jordan are coach school students. I've got a handful of students at their 9 to 5, and most students never made money in their business before and spent $6,000 to $10,000 to work with me. Never made money in their business, $6,000 to $10,000 to come to get coached by me. So I could say, oh, these people aren't in my audience, they're new. They are new, but they're also willing to spend money to get coached by me. Because we have to get out of people's pockets. Okay, we're going to get into that in the future days, right? But we got to solidify our offers today. Once we solidify our offers, we feel confident in our offer, we feel confident in the offer that we sell, then we can talk about how to sell to our audience and all the thoughts that we have about our audience, which is why I told you every day builds upon itself. Because yesterday we talked about becoming that person of you. Today we're going to be talking about your it factor. But a lot of you have so many thoughts about your audience, what your audience thinks, what your audience is willing to do, instead of just showing up and being in service to your audience and being in control of how you can share your value. Client is even aware that they have the problem. This is so good. If you're unaware that your ideal client has a problem, you probably will show up online with convincing energy that you have to convince them. Like, I have to convince you to build a group coaching program, or I have to convince you to want money, or I have to convince you to sell your offer. I can't do that, because if I show up online and convince you of those things and you end up joining my offer, you're not going to do the work to get the results, because I've had to convince you. Versus if I just tell you, this is your goal and this is what you're offering, and they don't align, and this is how you can do it with a group coaching program, right? Then you can just fit yourself in. You're like, yes, I want that. I need that. Exactly. With the right match, the offer sells itself. So what I teach, I'm going to teach you this week, is the bridge method, right? So we're going to take your ideal client from where they are to where they want to be, their pain points to their desires, and your offer is the bridge to get them there. And when you can master that, you can speak online to your audience and teach them, talking to their pain points and their desires and how you bridge the gap. I also want you guys to, whenever you're using buzzwords, confidence, purpose-filled, authentic life, I want you to explain that. When someone tells me, like, I help my students with time management, so then they go out to social media and they're like, do you struggle with time management? Instead of saying, every day you wake up completely scattered and overwhelmed, like a chicken with your head cut off, and you're running around trying to parent and getting the kids off to school, and then you sit at your desk and you just blank stare at your computer because you have no idea what to even work on first. So then you decide, let me actually just go make a coffee and do some laundry because I need to give my brain a break. And before you know it, it's school pickup, the day's over and you've done nothing. I've explained time management using feelings, using stories, versus saying, do you struggle with time management, or 5 tips for time management? Because no one gives a shit. What people want to know is this a problem I have? Yes or no? And how can I fix it? But I could tell you, Sue's shaking her head yes. So if I said, here's 5 steps for time management, you're like, yeah, whatever, I'm busy. But if I said it to you the way I just said it to you, you're like, oh my God, this is me, right? That's the difference in marketing and messaging. When we're talking to people about our offers, we're talking about their pain points and their desires. And then I could tell Sue, now imagine the day when you wake up and you know exactly what to do, and your workday is done by 1 p.m. and you've even made money before the kids even get home from school. How good would that feel? Right? The kids come home, your house is picked up, the laundry's done, you feel good, you feel energized, you've made a sale. And now you get to spend the rest of the evening enjoying your family with no stress and worry, because you know exactly what you're going to do the next day to implement that same strategy again. I'm talking about time management. So I want you guys to look at all the buzzwords that you put into your offer or when you're talking to your audience. How can we explain those in a way that connects to our audience about how do they get this result? How is through your framework, your process, your steps that you teach, your own method. When you build an offer for a very specific person to get a very specific result with a specific framework that you've built using your voice and your story and your it factor, it cannot be replicated. There will be nobody else in the online industry with your story, your voice, your tone, your brand, your offer, your framework, your promise for your niche at your price. It literally does not exist. So instead of going to social media to compare and despair and then be the victim and cry yourself to sleep because someone else does it, you get to say, this is proof of possibility that other people want what I have to offer, but no one else can do it the way that I do it. So there's no point in even comparing. It's just proof of possibility. I have business coaches in my coaching program, Coach School. I have business coaches that help people make money and work less, which is exactly what I do. But nobody online is the Breadwinner Energy Company. Well, they can't be. I trademarked it. Right? But no one else has my offer. Nobody else coaches the way I coach with my offer, with the way that I teach it, with my story. It doesn't exist. Right? But you have to find that for you. Now, when you're thinking about who is this offer for, your niche, that one ideal client, which most of you have done ideal client work, but never like this. And then we talk about the result that they're getting. We need to know first and foremost, do they even want the result that you're giving? And is it so super vague that they could get it from anyone? You're like, I help you make more money and work less. Yeah, everybody wants that. And then every business coach pretty much promises that. Tell me more. So for me, how I help you work less and make more with a group coaching program. How do I help you get to 6 figures? With a group coaching program. How do I help you leave your 9 to 5? With a group coaching program. And then my method teaches you how to build it, market it, and sell it so that you can make more money and work less, so that you can spend more time with your kids, pay off your debt, put your bills on autopilot, make a lot of money, build generational wealth, pay for your children's college funds. Okay, so then what we want to also know or decide is if they do want that promise, who is qualified to come to this program and get this result? Who would be the most qualified person to come through this program and get this result? For me, you have to have already started your business. You have to have already started your business in order to come to the program, right? Because I know that's going to help you get the best results. You've at least started a business. But who else? Someone making less than 100K a year as a group coach. Because if you already are making more than that, there's probably not a reason to be in this offer, right? Then you should join my mastermind instead. So who is the most qualified person? We want to list out everything. Because I also want you to remember that they're in a group. So you're coaching in a group. So my Siri just randomly came on. So if I'm coaching a group and I've got people who are like brick and mortar businesses, and then I've got coaches, and then I've got course creators, and then I've got people who are virtual assistants, I'm going to be talking to my brick and mortar person about a strategy that nobody else is going to use or need, probably. Right? So then I'm doing individual coaching in a group, and then they're like, well, this isn't helpful for me. I don't need this kind of coaching. And then I have to have a different strategy for her than I have for the other person in the group. So recently I had a student, I'm helping her build her coaching program as a counselor for couples to help them have less conflict in their marriage. And one of the things that we came up with was, number one, both the man, the woman, the partner A, partner B, have to want to be in the relationship and want to work on their problems. Number two, there can't be infidelity. The reason being is because if you have couples in the group who are not experiencing infidelity, they just need to communicate better. You have couples in the group who don't even want to be together. And then you have couples in the group talking about cheating. You have a wide range of coaching, and it's going to be really hard to get people to results in a group because they have different problems, right? They're in different places. Versus if you just chose that one person that's going to get the best results and makes your life so much easier.